The ZSU 23-4, known in NATO as Shilka, is one of the most famous and successful Soviet self-propelled anti-aircraft systems, which became a symbol of effective protection against aerial threats in the Soviet military. First developed in the 1950s, it turned out to be not only a powerful weapon, but also an example of engineering thought, laying the foundation for further developments in anti-aircraft artillery. The creation of the ZSU 23-4 began in response to the need for mobile anti-aircraft systems capable of effectively dealing with aerial targets at low and medium altitudes. Prototypes were tested in the early 1960s, and in 1965, the system was adopted into service. The primary task of the Shilka was to provide protection against airstrike attacks, making it indispensable for Soviet forces. The core of the Shilka system is a powerful and compact weapon system that includes 423mm guns capable of firing at high speeds. This allowed for the creation of an anti-aircraft complex capable of effectively targeting not only airplanes but also missiles, drones, and other aerial objects. One of the unique features of the ZSU 23-4 is its high mobility. The system is mounted on a tracked chassis, which allows it to move across different types of terrain, including rugged landscapes. This became a significant advantage compared to other anti-aircraft systems, which required more complex transportation. Notably, Shilka had an automatic targeting system that ensured shooting accuracy. This minimized human error and significantly increased the effectiveness of combat operations. Anti-aircraft crews could quickly and accurately identify targets, even under adverse weather conditions and in the presence of strong jamming interference. Unlike many other anti-aircraft systems, the ZSU 23-4 had an advanced fire control system that could operate in real time, analyzing the aerial situation and directing the weapons accordingly. This greatly reduced response time and improved the chances of successfully hitting a target. A key advantage of the Shilka is its ability to operate under high-density fire conditions. Over the course of its service, it has been adapted for various combat scenarios, including counterinsurgency operations and air defense in modern warfare settings. In combat, the ZSU 23-4 proved itself to be an effective means of defense against low-flying targets, such as helicopters and drones, making it an indispensable asset for the armies of many countries. The system demonstrated its effectiveness in numerous armed conflicts, from the Vietnam War to various Middle Eastern conflicts. Special attention should be given to its combat use during the Soviet-Afghan War, where Shilka was actively used to defend against enemy airstrikes. These years became a true test for the system's combat qualities. The mobility and powerful 23mm guns proved highly effective against attacking air forces. Despite its reliability, the ZSU 23-4 did have its drawbacks. One of them was its limited range, especially compared to more modern surface-to-air missile systems. However, this did not diminish its importance, as it remained an extremely effective weapon on the battlefield, especially in confined spaces. In the 1980s, the Shilka was modernized, which allowed it to remain relevant in the face of new threats. One of these upgrades was the enhancement of the targeting system, which greatly improved its accuracy. The new systems allowed the Shilka to effectively operate under intense air strikes and electronic warfare conditions. Interestingly, the ZSU 23-4 was not only actively used in the Soviet Union, but also exported to various countries, including those in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Many of these countries' armies used the Shilka as their primary air defense tool. In some cases, the ZSU 23-4 was modified to meet the needs of local armies. In the post-Soviet era, the ZSU 23-4 continued to see use in various armed conflicts, despite the emergence of more modern systems. In some countries, it was upgraded with new technologies, allowing it to remain in service even amidst new wars and conflicts. In recent years, the ZSU 23-4 remains in the arsenals of some armies, although it is gradually being replaced by more modern systems. However, its significance in the history of weaponry is unquestionable, and it continues to be an important example of how technology can quickly adapt to changing combat conditions. In conclusion, the ZSU 23-4 Shilka is one of the brightest examples of Soviet engineering thought, which contributed to the defense of airspace for many decades. Its versatility and ability to adapt to various types of threats made it an indispensable weapon in the arsenals of many countries.